In Viveka Chudamani, the great Shankara, the greatest Acharya ever happened, that man had to teach us. He writes about questions also. When you go to Guru, only ask these questions. Don't ever ask anything beyond these 7 or 8 questions. Because we are used to asking so many things. First thing is, Guruji, how are you? This you should not ask any time. But people out of love, they ask, that's okay. But any spiritual man should not ask, how are you? How are you signifies that he has some states of happiness and sorrow again coming and going. All that is there. But if at all there is a transition of all these things, a sequence of dukkham, sukham, etc., then he is not a guru. For him only ananda. So when you are asking him, how are you, Bhavanara? You should not ask. There is one thing. Second thing, never ask about any personal things. మీ ఊరేంటి? ఊరు పేరు చెప్తాం, ఏం అవసరం మీకు దాంతో? So you should not ask. And another peculiar question is there. If you see a guru, spiritual person who is not married, you will ask him, why have you not married? And if you see a fellow who is married, why did you marry? This is useless question. See, he is not married or he is married, his own problems are there. But you want to ask. This is not to be asked. So there are certain questions which are really useful to you. Swamiji, when did this world created by God? I don't know. Whenever it is created, that's all. No, I want to know that beginning. He should be sent to physics class before coming here. Because beginning is not there for anything. The minutest fundamental aspect of time is called what? Second. Why not first? They can say first. No, that is called second. Why? There is no first. First exists only in your head, that's all. First you cannot reach, you cannot understand, you cannot know. It is beyond. So from second you will understand. Including your thoughts, I tell you. First thought you don't ever know. Only the emergence of second thought you can see, as well as you can work on the second thought, not the first thought. When you are meditating, you got a thought, a beautiful thought of how to bring down your neighbor. First thought comes and you will say, "Ayo, what a problem, all the time I am getting this type of thought." No, first thought you need not worry, because it is beyond your things. Second thought, of course you can know, of course you can work, of course you can alter, change, dismiss, anything you can do by little practice, by little more awareness. First you cannot do. Like that people ask me, when did it begin? I don't know. And I am not bothered also. If they can ask me that, Swamiji, being in the creation, how I can be happy? That's the best question. Why did God create? I don't know. Somebody asked me, why did God create snakes and scorpions? When He creates me and so many beautiful things for me, also He creates a scorpion which now and then feels like stinging you? It's not stinging actually. You are so handsome, so it wanted to kiss. That's a way of kissing. So it wanted to kiss you and appreciate your beauty. And you. So he says, why they created? Then I had to ask him, if the scorpion asks me that he has created so many beautiful scorpions, etc., why did God create this ugly fellow? Then what am I to tell? So it's all stupid question. God created, and a particular should never question the universal. You don't know, you are after all small patradhari whose span is supposed to be 120 years, but no one lives up to that extent except in Japan, because they eat all sorts of insects, etc. So they live, and we have very little span. Even from God's standpoint, forget about God. From Brahmaji's standpoint, your coming and going is not even known. From Brahma's lifespan and his time level, if I see an ordinary human birth, if someone is crying, Ayyo, Poyada, Brahma will ask, what Poyada? When did he come? Ayyo, Swamiji, 100 years, or Brahmaji, 100 years? 100 years, when it happened actually? For him it's nothing. Like a small cheda, small insect. During the rainy season we get some flies. Those flies are a great delicacy in China. They take them and fry and eat. That's a delicacy. You are saying, ayyo, they feel ha ha. So that span of that insect is 3 hours. In 3 hours time it is born, it grows, all metamorphosis happens, it produces children and it is gone. Only 3 hours. How it looks to us? If it says, I have a great span of life, It's a what great span? 3 hours. 3 hours is great, I tell you. From Brahmaji's angle, we have not come, we have not gone. If you say I am gone, he will say, when did you come? I forget, insignificant fellow. And this insignificant fellow wants to ask why God created. You have no right to ask. Then I don't want to come into the creation. Then come to Vedanta class. That's what we are planning. Vedanta is meant for that. Don't come again. So stop this coming and going. We have the classes. Understand? So you have come because of your some problem inside. If I start discussing that will take a lot of times. If you want that, go through Tattva Bodha and all other talks of mine, wherein this is thoroughly discussed. And now a series of talks are going on Vedanta Saram, wherein again this is being discussed. So like that, I cannot question. So I should question properly. If I question all useless things, that's waste of time for me, waste of time for that Jnani also. So ask only nice questions like Arjuna asks. Bhagavan answers not all the questions. It is because Arjuna is asking, he is answering. And Arjuna knows how to put the question. And Arjuna's question has a relevance. Arjuna's question has an arj. That's why I was telling him. Arjuna means who has arj also. Yasya arj asti iti Arjunaha. This is Sanskritam kaadu, English kaadu. Yasya arj asti. Arj means arj. So there is an arj in every question. Now he asks a question. Evam satata yukta ye bhaktastvam paryupasate tesha yechapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Tesham, in those people, ke yoga vittamaha. Who are superior, O Lord? Who are those people? Earlier, just before, in the 11th chapter, this Bhagavan of ours, the Krishna, has given a divine vision to Arjuna. Divyam dadhamite chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. To see his glory, the Vishwarupa, he gave some divine vision to him. Why? Arjuna was more interested in that. When Bhagavan was talking that I have some other nature which is beyond. Like this. Like our people who are interested, our children who are interested in cartoon shows and nag the parents. Like that Arjuna was nagging, please show me that. He said, okay, I will show you temporarily. And out of my special ability I am showing you, it's not possible otherwise. Because of my anugraham, you can see it for a while. And he says, I give you Divya Netram now. Divya Netram doesn't mean again real eye has come. No. Not the another eye on the head. Understanding. An eye of understanding, appreciation. So then Arjuna opened his eyes and he could see. Bhuf padav yasya nabhihi. Again that has come. Apatala nabhastalanta bhuvana brahmandama vispurat jyotis phatikalinga mauli vilasat purnendu vantamrtaihi astoka plutame kamesha manisham rudranu vakan japan dhyaye dipsita siddhaye dhruvapadam viprobhishinchet shivam. In that dhyana shloka what we are chanting. And in Vishnu Sahasranama Bhuf Padav Yasya Nabhirvyadasura Nilas Chandra Surya Uchanetre Karna Vasa Sirodhyav Mukamapi Dahano Yasya Vasteyam Abdihi Antastam Yasya Vishwam Sura Nara Kagago Bhogi Gandharva Daityehi Chitram Ram Ramyatetam Tribhuvana Popisham Vishnumesham Namami. Dantlo Aitenemi. Even that also same meaning here and there. And many shlokas are there which talk about this Vishwarupa, wherein everything is included. Janma is included, Mrityu is included. Good is included, bad is included. Nice people, bhaktas are included, abhaktas are also included. All 5 elements are included. Elementals are also included. Everything, the column is included, everything is included. That form he has seen. That is called Vishwarupa, with form. Vishwarupa is a big form, that's all. Form, but form. So Arjuna has seen that. And after seeing that, what happened to Arjuna? Now people ask me, Swamiji, I will believe you only if you show Vishwarupam. Hey fellow, I cannot show you all those things. because I am not capable of all that thing. Krishna could do, that is his problem. But why do you want to see? Swamiji, if Krishna has shown Vishwarupam, that's why he Avatara Purusha. And Arjuna could believe in him and got the teaching and perfectly did what he is supposed to do. Now you also show Vishwarupam, then I will listen to you. See the logic. I will listen to you and follow whatever you say and make my life meaningful. Show me the Vishwarupam, please, please, please. No, I cannot show you. But I will tell you one thing. Arjuna did not follow Krishna because of Vishwarupam. In fact, he was terrified by Vishwarupam. He wanted to move away from Krishna. If Krishna retained that Rupam for more than 2 seconds, what he has, the span was, I am sure that the Arjuna will run away from the battlefield, not because of Bhishma, Drona, etc., not because of my kith and kin, because of the fear of this fellow now. Understand? He himself says that, what a terrible form it is. Terrifying form. I cannot see this. Please come to your Saumya Rupa. He prays, go to home and go to the 11th chapter and read that. Is it there or not? What that means, with unprepared mind, even if some blessing, with some special ability and blessing, if someone bestows a vision wherein you can see Vishwarupa, you will be terrified, not enlightened. Is it not clear? Use some intellect. So even if some Mahatma comes and puts his hand on my head and I will see all galaxies and galaxies, still don't expect yourself to be an enlightened being after that so-called extrasensory perception. You will be only terrified. You will have fever for 7 days. And you will fear every fellow. Every other fellow who comes to you and talks, you will fear him also. Because that person who showed the Vishwarupam to me, he is also like an ordinary fellow. Now suddenly he said, see my Vishwarupa has done. Now every fellow you will do. Your mind has no capability. Our indriyas, our system, including mind and buddhi, has certain limitation. You can hear the sound only between 20 heads and 20,000 heads. That's all. Less and beyond you can never. Is it not right? Like that, you can see certain distance. That's all. Beyond that distance you cannot see. Everything we have limitation. Mind also, certain things it cannot. Some weird things happens, it cannot withstand. It goes into a stultified state. And people often mistook that stultified state as samadhi avastha. That is again a tragedy. Such a worst state it is, wherein mind becomes incapable of working. Now you are terming it samadhi avastha, then who can help you? So I can coin any word because I don't know what it is. If I know, I will have some fear of using words. If I don't know, what's the problem? Anything I can use. So this is how it will be. So he has seen that Vishwarupa, then he gained back his conscious properly. Then he is asking in the 12th chapter, Bhagavan, from my knowledge which I gathered with all the gurus who used to visit us when we were children, because we have one old fellow at home called Bhishma. Though we are interested in playing cricket, etc., this Buddha all the time invites every other fellow who comes to city, to our state, Indraprastha, the city. Whoever has got a dadi is enough, he will invite him. And those dadi fellows are also very happy to come to us, because they will have the audience. Minimum audience is 105 people. Hey, that's great, if 105 people are listening to some fellow, he feels so happy. Even if you don't give dakshina, they are very happy because people have. And not only 105, some more people will also be there.